Hello and welcome to the video on candidate instructions at exam centers with social distanced assessment model. With the novel coronavirus pandemic spreading globally, every exam process needs to be redefined to ensure strict compliance to the social distancing norms. The new social distanced model assures the safety of both the candidates and exam conducting staff. This model will define the new normal to execute assessments in the future. The objective of this new model is to ensure the following: safe and secure environment for all stakeholders involved in the examination process using touch-free processes wherever needed, implementation of social distancing measures, adherence to the guidelines and procedures issued by the government, integration of social distancing measures with the existing procedures and controls, awareness about the actions to be taken by all stakeholders towards the safe conduct of exams. Let us look at the guidelines, starting from the pre-examination measures. Pre-examination measures for COVID-19. Candidate arrives at the exam venue based on his or her admit card details. Before leaving for the exam center, candidates must ensure to carry the APPSC Group 1 Exam 2020 admit card and other supporting documents. Candidates must arrive at the exam venue before mentioned gate closing time. Note that no candidate will be allowed to enter the exam venue once the gate is closed. As candidates enter the exam venue, they will be checked for valid admit card and valid original ID proof at the entrance gate by the examination staff. Note that candidates must read the instructions on the admit card carefully. To avoid crowding at the venue entry, candidates will be allotted staggered time slots. The time slot will be mentioned on the admit card. They need to follow the rope cues and floor marks while standing in queue outside the gate. Candidates need to maintain safe distance from each other. Candidates must wear their mask at all times. Candidates will be checked for temperature at entry. Candidates having temperature above 99.14 degrees Fahrenheit will have to sit in the isolation lab. Candidates must wash their hands with liquid soap before proceeding to the exam lab. Candidates will be informed about their lab numbers at the entry, while their admit card is checked. During examination measures for COVID-19, the candidates are permitted to bring the following items inside the venue: mask, gloves, personal transparent water bottle, personal hand sanitizer, a simple pen, exam-related documents, admit card, ID card, etc. No other items will be permitted inside the venue. Note that the list of permitted items may vary from exam to exam. The admit card will clearly state which items are permitted and which are prohibited. As candidates enter the exam lab, their admit card and valid original ID proof will be verified by the examination staff from a safe distance. On entering the lab, candidates will be guided to the allocated area for capturing photograph. During the photo capture process, candidate must maintain an eye-level contact with the paper device camera for a clear capture of the face. The registration manager or invigilator will guide you to the allotted desk number while following social distancing norms. Candidates must sit at the allocated desk, displaying their roll numbers with paper device and answer books assigned to them. Candidates need to pay close attention to the rules and important information that is conveyed by the invigilator. In the exam lab, every desk will have a paper device and answer booklet placed on it. Candidate will take his or her seat and wait for the instructions from the invigilator.
Now, let us understand the exam process on the tablet device. Candidate should switch on the tab by pressing on button present on right side of the tab. Candidate should click on Start Exam. Candidate should select the subject by clicking on Subject Name. Candidate should enter the subject password. Subject password will be shared by invigilator 5 minutes before the exam time. Question paper opens on the device. Candidate can zoom the question paper by enlarging with 2 fingers. Once the exam duration is over, a bell will ring indicating the candidates to stop the exam. Candidates will complete the exam and switch off the paper device. Candidates should leave the paper device on the desk and leave the room. Do not hand over the paper device to the invigilator. Leave it at your desk. Post-examination preventive measures for COVID-19. After completion of a shift, the candidates will be allowed to move out in an orderly manner, one candidate at a time. Volunteers will be present along the exit paths to ensure orderly movement of candidates. Candidates must maintain required distance without crowding anywhere. Note: candidates will be allowed to leave the exam hall only after the invigilator permits them to leave. We hope you found this video helpful to understand the instructions to be followed for the exam. All the best.